understand you've made an official statement about the political response, but just the overall incident in Charlotte, the murder of the Ukrainian refugee, and the incredible case of judicial malpractice that led to it. So tell us what you're saying about this and what you think needs to happen now, sir.
Jay, thanks for having me. It's been a tough week for us all. I've made two public statements on this, first of all, calling for President Trump to bring the National Guard in to stabilize Charlotte's light rail system. This system was put in when Pat McCrory, our former Republican governor, was Republican mayor. But since the mid-90s, Charlotte has turned into a Democrat cesspool. They pulled officers off those trains. There is no security. This is a very dangerous situation. It's become a magnet, a cesspool for vagrants, this light rail system. I'm not a fan of light rail anyway, but President Trump should bring the National Guard in and really stabilize that train system for a period of 60 days. If Charlotte Mecklenburg cannot get a police officer on every train, every car, then they ought to just shut the entire light rail system down because it's become a vagrant, just a magnet for vagrants. And the second thing is, in North Carolina, we have this unfortunate system where you have magistrate judges who don't even have to be lawyers. And I've stepped in and agreed with our Republican congressional delegation. This particular magistrate who let this thug loose, who had been arrested 14 previous times, should resign or be removed from office. And those two actions, by bringing in the National Guard and getting rid of this magistrate, will be two steps in the right direction to at least stabilize the situation and make our folks here in Charlotte and North Carolina feel a little safer about riding this light rail if we're going to continue to operate it.
Yeah, I'm glad you focus on the light rail because I can tell you as someone who's lived in New York for about 40 years now and also is an expert on the history of New York, it is the police presence on the subways that very often is the catalyst, one way or the other, for crime in any city. When Mayor Wagner in the late 1950s pulled the cops off the trains and into the early 60s, that is when New York's descent into crime began, and it took 40 years to reverse that.